And what we find in the rest of the Pardoner's Tale is the classic story of the three thieves. Now, after the young men decide, getting all drunk, to go out and find Death, since the Black Plague is ravaging their land, and they're going to kill Death, they find the old man who tells them that he can't die. The earth won't let him in, and then they say to the old man, "All right, then tell us where we can find this traitor Death." And the old man says, "Look, look yonder, under yond oak tree. There you'll find Death." And the young men break away and run to the oak tree, and there they find not Death, but a trunk of golden florins, of gold coins, goldy coin around, it says. And they are as happy as they can be. They forget all about this death business. What are we going to do, though, they say. If we take the gold into the village, they'll think that we're a bunch of thieves and we've stolen this gold from somewhere. Okay, what we need to do is to wait for nightfall, and then we can carry it to one of our houses, and there we can divide it into smaller parts, and all of us will have everything we want for the rest of our lives. And they're so happy with this. The only thing that could make it any better is if they had something to eat and some more wine, so they could party while they wait for night to come. And so they say to the youngest of the three rioters, "Go into the village and get us some wine and something to eat, and we'll guard the gold for you while you're gone." And the youngest goes into the village, and while he's in the village, he has this thought that that's a lot of gold, but wouldn't it be a lot more gold if it was just mine? So he goes to the chemist, to the druggist, and asks for some poison there for his ratus quell, to kill his rats. And the chemist sells him this rat poison. He goes and gets some wine and 3 bottles, and he puts it in the rat poison in 2 of the bottles and keeps the 3rd bottle clean for himself, he says. Now, meanwhile, out in the woods, the other 2 rioters are waiting with the gold, and one of them has an idea. He says, "You know, brother, how I love you as a brother, and I mean the best for you, and don't you think it would be nice if we were both made richer by dividing the treasure just in 2 instead of in 3 ways?" And the other says, "Yeah, that would be better." So when the young rioter comes back, they decide that when he arrives, that they will kill him and divide the gold between the 2 of them. And so the young man does come back, and let's oh yes, at the top of page 296 on about line 540, one of the thieves is saying to the other, before the other one comes back, they're making their plan, and he says, "While that thou strugglest with him as if you were playing, as in a game, and with thy dagger look thou do the same." Oh, yes, they're going to stab him. They were going to stab him, "and then shall all this gold departed be, my dear friend, betwixt thee and me. Then may we both our lusts all fulfill, and play at dice, right at our own will." And thus they agreed, these 2, and thus accorded been these shrews tway, to slay the Thrida, the 3rd, as you have heard me say. Now, the youngest, which went to the town, decides that he is going to buy the rat poison, and he comes back down to the bottom of that same page after buying the rat poison. Look at that. On 571, the apothecary answered, And thou shalt have a thing that also God my soul save in all this world. There is no creature that eat or drunk has of this mixture, not but the amount of a corn of wheat, that he shall his life anon at once forfeit for let. Yea, sterve, die he shall, and in that in less while than thou shalt go a pass not but a mile, in less than a mile's walk he will die. The poison is so strong and violent that cursed man hath in his hand holding this poison in a box, and since he ran into the next street into a man and borrowed of him 3 large bottles, 3, and in the 2 his poison poured he. The 3rd he kept clean for his drink, for all the night he decided he was going to work, shoop him for to swing, in carrying the gold out of that place. And then he runs back to his fellows at the bottom of the page on 590. To his fellows again repaireth he. What needs it to sermon it more, says the teller of the tale, the partner. For right as they had cast, as they decided his death before, right so they had him slain, and that at once. And when this was done, thus spake that one, now, he says, we've got this guy slain, now let us sit and drink and make us merry, and afterward we will his body bury. And with that word it happed him Parcas to take the bottle, there the poison was, and drank, and Yav his fellow drink also, for which anon they storven both two. Did the young men get what they set out for? Well, they said they wanted to find what? Death? Well, they did find death under the oak tree. And that's the first of the Canterbury Tales that we're looking at. Thank you.